This is Harun S. Khan from Sensor Technologies and Sensor Mobiles, Germany, and thank you for having me here on your digital tech talk about the change of the businesses and the retail industry, especially the digitization of the telecom and smartphone business. And right from my topic, and it is very much clear my agenda that on which segments I would be touching up the points. And of course, whatever I would be speaking and sharing the experience and the retail real aspects and the real insights, it would be basing on the impact of the COVID-19 situation on the businesses as well, which have highlighted the need of digitization of the telecom and the smartphone business, plus many other businesses as well. Because if we compare the normal conventional retail business, which was running a vigorous role in the industry, like what do you say, they were making some monopolies and all that, and holding the market shares, but having no maximum involvement of the technology in that kind of a conventional retail structure. But now, as everything has been changed, the trends are changing up, so you can see almost that technology role everything everywhere in the business. I mean, you just name it. I mean, health, entertainment, education, telecoms, smartphones, booking of the tickets, talking with some person. Everywhere there is a technology. And of course, this digital trend changing, this digital transformation has made a very strong effect on the retail conventional business, and now pushing the people to convert into the digital segments of the business, either in e-commerce section, either on third party e-commerce or digital platform, and usage of the technology in their business, especially in the digital payments, fintechs, and making the bills, utilities, and buying and purchasing of anything from anywhere is like making a very, very key role, and pushing the consumers as well as the service providers like us, the telecom people, the telecom companies, to embrace this change. So, by saying this thing, now coming to the point that what digitization does to the telecom business. First of all, okay, we understood the point that the trends are changing. We know that this is a need of time. So now this comes into the mind of the service providers or the business people or the manufacturers, especially from the telecom and the smartphone business, that what would it do to our business if we uh, get over from our conventional style of business into a new style of business. So first of all, being from the industry, I would like to say that this is not a new form of business. It was already there. Thing is, it is highlighted in this time due to this COVID situation, and I would thankfully say that thanks to COVID situation, I'm using it as a metaphor because before that, we did not see the thing coming up. We means the major players of the industry, and they were using this digital platforms, but they were not encouraging very much to make it their own mainstream media to roll out the business and the sales. Because whenever you go to any shop, whenever you go to any retail shop, either it's an Apple store, either it's a Sensor store, either it is an any other company, T-Mobile or AT&T, whenever you are buying the things according to the reports, the people are paying via credit card, debit cards, or their smartphone QR code scanning, which means what we were using before, it was digital platforms, digital services. The digitization of the service involved into the technology, which is fintech. So already it was there, but we were not seeing that thing. That is a very much important thing that we should be transforming it, unless we came to know this situation, we came to this edge, the bleeding edge, that only medium we are now connected with is digital medium. So what it does to the telecom business, it gives the efficiency to the business process. It gives the consistency, the quality of the services, and it connects the consumer to their service provider directly. Then you can understand the consumer behavior with your service and your company and your product very easily, and you can redesign your interfaces, your services, your order management systems, your payout systems, your delivery systems, retail checkout systems. So according to the need, you can get to know very easily the remarks, the feedbacks, and the statuses, which is very crucial for the expansion of the business. Otherwise, you won't be able to know what your customer is demanding from you. And if you don't know what your customer is demanding from you, how can you be able to serve them well? Then you would be kicked out from the industry. And if we do not embrace this thing at this time, and if the telecom businesses and smartphone owners or smartphone manufacturers and other business people do not embrace this trend changing situation, they would be losing the things. Because if I give you an example, As you can see that human and digital world interaction, especially as I compare and put it down in 2018, 2019, then 2020, you can see that in 2018 there were about 2.5 billion smartphone users around the world, which is a huge number, but it increased 56% of the total population of the world as it comes to the internet usage. Then again, which increased as 2.6 billion people, which were using social media platforms. I mean, you can use Twitter, you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram. From there as well, companies are selling their products by their company pages. They are by influencing the social media power and using the social media power and reaching out the people which are on the social media. And if you can imagine, if 2.6 billion people are using the social media, if any company can attain only 1% of the share from that population, how much good they are earning, you can understand. And this is why this digitization does this kind of a profitable thing as well, if someone could forecast it. Now, coming to the next point, as per 2020, as I have given you the example that in 2018 it was 2.5 billion, then 56% increase in 2019. Now coming to 2020, including the smartphone and the feature phone. Of course, the feature phone is the one which is of the button phone, the small one without any complex operating systems and Android apps and all that stuff. Still, the current number of mobile phone users raised up to 4.78 billion, which is a huge thing. And again, coming to the point that almost 90% users in the world right now using their smartphones, their tablets, and their digital mediums to pay out for any purchase. Either it's by Amazon, it's by eBay, it's by Alibaba, either on a AT&T store, any retail store you go out. I mean, if I can give my example as well, if I'm going to buy something in my grocery mart or some, departmental store or something like that, I won't be carrying my cash a lot. I would be using either my debit card or my credit card, or I would be using simply my smartphone QR scan code. It would be connected with my WeChat or with my MasterCard. It is paid up. I would get invoice. What is happening there? Everything is on digital platform, cloud computing. No need of carrying a huge wallets. No need of carrying of cash. No need of using the complex POS systems. Just make a fintech solution in the POS system, which is very cheap, not very much expensive. And if some companies are not seeing this thing, and if some companies are not ready to adopt this change because of their previous mindsets of 20, 30 years of conventional retail business, they would be kicked out of the market. I mean, even if you see company Uber, they are cutting down into 30% of their employment. Why? Because according to them, they said that we are unable to handle the load which is happening on our digital media. Plus, we are not, of course, operating physically as well. It's a fact. If I omit the fact of operating in the physical side, and if I see only the point there, what they say that we are not able to handle a huge load of people connecting with our maps, which means the people are using the digital maps. People are paying them via digital wallets, via digital payments, either Bitcoin, either in their relevant currencies, either anyone. So means things are enhancing. And this thing, the digital transformation has been highlighted. Many companies have taken it as a serious business. And now, according to Statistica, another very big company, which is like a data forecasting company, they have forecasted the thing that in 2023, there will be around 7.33 billion of device users in the world. I mean, come on, this is a huge number. And if we do not embrace the change, I mean, there is no chance that we can even get our share of pie from this kind of a huge industry and huge number of business of the smartphone. I'm talking about the smartphone and telecom because I'm from that industry and I can give you that relevance number because the matter of the fact is this is the only medium. This is the only device which is making the people connected to each other in this moment. How we are talking. I'm not coming to your office. You are not here present to my office. I'm connected with you via digital media. Again, Zoom, the company which is acting as a virtual meeting place, not as a physical office meeting room. So means this company already saw this coming up in the future up and they invested into their digitization. So now it is one of the leading company which is leading almost all over the world the virtual meetings and gaining the business. It is the thing which this can be a very good example for those companies. were asking that, oh, what digitization would do to our telecom business. I mean, come on, see this company, see Microsoft meetings, see your Duo meetings, and many other platforms. What what platform is making us connected? Of course, digital platforms, smartphones, our iPads, our laptops, and how they are connected. Internet, again, digital medium. How we are paying our bills right now because we can't go outside because of the lockdown. We can't go to the lines and the queues because of the social distancing. We are paying our bills from one click of our mobile. If you want to buy the ticket, one tap on your phone, one tap on your tab, or one click on your laptop. You want to pay your, doctor's bill, your medicines, you want to order something, Amazon is there, which raised 400% of the share in this current situation. Why? Everyone is buying online. So this is the thing, which the change which can bring this rapid race changing challenges and this good benefits to the companies if companies adopt this thing. So telecommunication providers, of course, find themselves in a unique situation because it was not very much of their, uh, you know, working style before. But of course, they are now converting very much onto the digital system. Now, eSIMs are coming up. Now, e-billing system is coming up, and then you can see many more things about other things also they're coming up in the sections that telecom companies has introduced their digital apps and where from where you can be connected with the customer support, from where you can connect it with their billing systems. Now, even WhatsApp, even WeChat, also introducing the payment systems in their messengers. Oh, this is again a digital platform of technology of telecom segment, which is like allowing us to talk with each other in this situation, which is allowing us to, not to invest much money of texting and all that package buying and just making ourselves very much convenient in free messages sending and paying over things all over the world. And of course, if you want to support someone, you want to financially help someone, you can transfer the payments into direct their e-wallets. This is kind of a new thing. This is kind of a thing which telecom companies were not very much ready, except some companies. And even if I include myself, my company Sanso as well in that thing, of course we were also not very much ready for that thing. We were having the network of outlets and this and that. So now, of course, now we are also converted into the digital medium. We have patched up with Amazon. We have patched up with the Alibaba Group and Daraz.com Group, and also now we are working on our own online e-retail store for our global sales in expansion. I mean, besides this, if you come to the point, that why and what kind of thing it can bring up more to a normal retailer. Let's say I'm not talking about a big retail company, a big telecom retail or smartphone retail store. I'm just talking about a normal person. A normal person would say, okay, sounds so good that what you are explaining to me, the profits and the importance and advantages of making my retail shop, conventional retail shop, digital retail shop, or e-commerce store. But my store is very small. I have very limited people who are buying from me. So why do I take any kind of worry? Why should I worry about that thing? If I don't embrace this kind of a race, I don't enter in this race, what would happen to me? So the thing is, the very normal thing is that kind of people, the SMEs, the small medium enterprises, and these kind of small retails have a very good opportunity in this scenario in this time if they go on to the retail digitization and total changing of their conventional business into the digital business system. They would be jumping right from a local business to a global business scenario. They would be having a reach of their customers from normal local area to global area. They would be seen by the international people as well. They could be contacted by the people out of their territory, out of their country, from which point of view I'm saying that. Let's say I'm sitting, let's suppose, in Germany and I'm having one store in Germany, let's say, but I want to sell in USA and I cannot go there. I cannot afford, let's suppose, to open up a store there. What would I do now? I need to do business now. What would I do? I would adopt a digital platform like Amazon, like eBay, which means again I am transforming my conventional retail store into the digital store, which is allowing me to become an international global seller rather than to put myself into my locality and being a local seller. So this thing is an opportunity from a local seller to an global seller. This is the thing that a normal person can also avail that, not only for the telecom business. So that's what I say, an evolution, not a revolution. Revolution is already there. Digital business is already there. We had been using it since long. People are using it. 90% people are using it in the world. So you do not need any kind of a new revolution in that. You just need an evolution. You need to evolve from the old thing to a new thing. You need to cut out your shell and you need to jump into this thing if you want to survive, if you want to retain your customer, if you want to retain your business, because customer is not waiting for you. You need to retain them. You need to design a good customer interactive interface and a product which can attract them. It should be easy. You need to add easy paycheck systems, payout system. It should not be complex. Then they would be appreciating your this change. Otherwise, there are plenty of other e-commerce stores as well, but they are not doing good. Why I'm giving example of some little bit stores which you can count on the finger, because they are understanding the need, they are understanding the evolution, and they are providing you that thing on your doorstep, on the tap of your link. That is why you are using them. Otherwise, no one would do the same. Either it's me, either it's Samsung, either it's Apple, or anyone. If no one is adopting it, they are gone. And if we are adopting it, that means that we know that this thing is crucial, this thing is needed and need of the hour. We need to do that. And now coming to the 5 digital capabilities of high profitable companies. I mean, it could be implemented anywhere. I mean, it's not only for telecom companies. It can be implemented in any business. I mean, our benchmarking research with the telecom companies suggests that moving in the needle and the 5 core areas are the very best things, which means establish robust customer analytics capabilities. Of course, I explained that thing, which is very much crucial. Without that, you can't interact with your customer. You need the proper data. You need to data of their needs. You need to act there demographically, psychographically, and geographically. I mean, you cannot sell same thing with the same strategy which you are doing in Europe to the Pakistan. The people, the psychology, the need, and the product likeness, dislikeness, the pricing, and services, delivery system, retail checkout systems are different everywhere. So you need to design that accordingly. You need to be very much clear about your target audience, about your market. So you need to make a strategy to position your brand, position your product accordingly. Then they would be accepting it, embracing it, appreciating you. Otherwise, they would move on to some other people, some other companies. Okay, now coming to the second point, digitize the order management system, which I already said. No need of paper writings, no need of paper invoices, just digital payouts, paychecks, QR codes. That's it. And payment transfer systems by Skrill, Pioneer, PayPal. This is already there. Just adopt it, use it. Find out some other ways. Involve the merchants, the VPNs. These are the things which you need to do now. But do it with a proper company, not any random person, because security also plays a very vital role. Because when you are going digital, there is a chance of vulnerabilities, there is a chance of being hacked. So you need to analyze a thing, and you need to see the thing that your service provider is giving you the proper security as well or not. Either they are only careful about their own business, or either they are also investing very good on the digital infrastructure plus security, like Senso is doing up. And also we have gone through many milestones and awards on our security and this digital platforms security data privacy structure from UK, from Europe, and everywhere. So now coming up the fifth one, the standardize and automate the company IT infrastructure, which is the same thing which I just said. And again, the solution after all this discussion, the conclusion, which is very much clear: embrace the change, be a part of the trend change, make yourself available for the customers, make your platforms available digitally for the customers, invest in the digital infrastructure, in your security, in the customer security, provide them with the proper digitized payment order systems and checkout systems and delivery systems without involvement of humans, more to secure yourself, to secure their self, and also their payments and data. And that's it, nothing more than that. It's not a rocket science. This was already there. Just you need to brush yourself, you need to brush your strategies up, and nothing else. If you want to retain your customers, you really care for your customer. This is the brand loyalty actually. And I think that's enough from my side. I hope that I clear myself and my agenda. And if you have any Q&A, please go ahead. I'm available. Thank you.